so low that it makes it possible to do this kind of thing. Google. Well, Google allows us to collaborate in ways that are so easy that we don't even notice that we're doing it. You and I and anyone else who've ever made two links between a web page, a link between two web pages, have contributed to the underlying structure of the internet that Google picks apart when it tries to figure out what's important on the internet and what isn't. The main body of Google's search algorithm is built around citation analysis. They count how many links point at a web page and how many links point at the pages that are linking to that web page and so on. In the same way that, like, if you're applying for tenure, they'll count how many people have cited your papers and how widely cited those people are too. It's not a coincidence that Google was founded by a couple of grad students at Stanford who had citations on the brain. I guess when all you've got is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So this kind of collaboration happens in ways that are so simple that we don't even know that we're doing it. Remember that before Google came along, the front runner for organizing the internet was Yahoo. Yahoo's plan for organizing the internet was to fill vast boiler rooms with librarians who would look at every page on the internet, decide what category of information it belonged into, and carefully insert it there. This turned out to be completely non-scalable, as we in technology say. So this is just the beginning. The things that are made possible by low-cost collaboration are weirder, more interesting, and more inspiring than anything in the world today. And that's just what's at stake in the copyright fight. It's not just books. It's not just movies. It's the future of human endeavor itself. So this is where I ask you to do something. So the Electronic Frontier Foundation, Electronic Frontiers Canada, nonprofit organizations that will happily take your money and turn it into incredible world-beating action. I can say that because they no longer employ me, so I get to sit back at a distance and admire what amazing stuff they do. I've never seen organizations work better with less to do more. And not just them, Creative Commons. Many of you are probably involved in Creative Commons in some way, either by releasing your work under Creative Commons licenses, and this makes a gigantic difference in policy circles. When the European Union was proposing a Europe-wide DRM, digital rights management system that had as part of its goal to reduce the overall amount of creative work available without having to buy specialized equipment that would stop you from copying it, we were able to point to the fact that there were 250 million Creative Commons licensed works whose licenses explicitly prohibited that kind of action, and that all of those creators would be given short shrift by this European effort, and it fell apart on the back of that. It's incredible the moral authority that having people who are willing to share can bring, and especially for those of you who are involved here in the sciences. I mean, it's one thing for people in the arts to share or not to share. I happen to believe that people in the arts have a duty to share as well, because obviously we all stand on the shoulders of giants. But for those of you in the sciences, well, if you're not sharing, it's not science. It's